Today I'm speaking with Claudia Carter from Vancouver, Washington. Claudia is a ceramicist and mixed media artist. She's also a historian and longtime volunteer at the Clark County Library. For the past few years, she has championed Black history exhibits in Vancouver, celebrating both art and culture. She has said that Black history is our history, highlighting the value and recognizing how contributions of the Black community enrich the entire community. Claudia Carter, welcome, and thank you for helping us celebrate International Sculpture Day.
Thank you for having me.
Are you familiar with the sculpture of York in Mount Tabor Park, and do you have any reactions to that?
I find it fabulous. The detail, the size, which is something I really admire because that's not easy to do. And the fact that the material he used makes me itch to see if I can kind of play with that type of material too, you know? Art is a collaboration of bringing different medias together as far as I'm concerned.
I thought York was the first to come to Oregon, but you named someone else who was here by ship.
Marcus Lopez was a cabin boy on Captain Gray's ship, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The Native Americans stole his knife, and so the story goes. He went off to go get it and never came back.
So smart guy.
Yeah.
Is there someone you think should be featured in a monument? Is there a person in your past or present you feel deserves to be memorialized?
Val Joshua, she was here in the 40s right after the dam poured the flood. She came to Vancouver for 22 years, worked with the YWCA. She was president of the NAACP for a number of years. She was very involved with community, okay, equalizing community, working for community, working with the school, working with the Y. You know, she was very involved. And since my thing is art, I like to acknowledge artists.
Is there a particular piece of art, either public or private, that has changed your life somehow, inspired you, had some major impact on you or your career?
Like I said before, I couldn't work too well. I had a teacher, Gabe. He came in and he was a sculptor. And so he taught me how to do a sculpture. The first one I did was Eve. And it was going to be a standing piece. Her hands are too small, and it's my first work, right? So you can see everything, but it showed me I could do it. And, you know, everybody talked about it. So I said, okay, so this is something I can do. And you got to find your niche. And once you find that niche, you get comfortable. When you get comfortable, then you can go to other things, you know?
You know, we are looking for ways to provide more equity through access. Mm-hmm. And we're a resource sharing organization. There's no secrets to, most of us share everything we know.
Right.
So the challenge is, how can we be more appealing? What kind of programs can we do to be more inclusive?
To go from amateur to maybe selling your art, it's a matter of having location. We need type of maybe an amateur or gallery or some kind of gallery that promotes. Boomerang is kind of good at that. That promotes not just recognized artists, but new artists, new people in the community. If people see that, they can say, "Oh, I can be there." If they see African American work or Native American work or any minority work, okay, then they can see themselves doing it. See, that you have to be able to see something in order to know you can do something, and that you can put that one more step forward. Art art is a personal, tender subject. Okay, I put it that way. Artists tend to be emotional. I took my niece to Inks Gallery, and for the first time, she was, and she's never been to a gallery, never shown her work because she's shy and everything. And so I was able to get her into Inks Gallery. The light in her eyes to see her work up on a wall and people admiring it inspired her to keep going. And that's what you need, inspiration. And I personally did art for, because I wanted the little Black girls and boys to see themselves. If they walk down the street, I wanted to see something of color.
Pacific Northwest Sculptors is a resource sharing organization, about 85 members.
Oh, wow.
And our mission really is education through association. What do you think we as an organization might do using our resources to provide more equity?
As I said, the first step is inclusion, okay? Have a show, maybe put an artist call out to sculptures artists, okay? So if they don't know you, they can't join you. Okay. Okay. And they have to know that when you say sculpture, that you're meaning everyone. So everyone is invited to put a sculpture in, regardless if they're, high school, college, or already famous, whatever. Everybody, so that, because no matter what, when you go to a gallery and you look around, you're absorbing everything, right? Okay, now if it's a specific program, specific group, just say, okay, they are inclusive. They know. Let me see more about them. That's the only way people are going to see you or see the group, the society, is to know the society. We have lots of galleries around here, but not a lot of African American artists. You invite people, and maybe one person or something will show up, and that's how art is, get people to come and look.
In terms of mentorship or guidance or inclusion, not in the bigger sense, but in the hands-on sense of inclusion, or what do you see as the most important step in helping young artists grow and mature?
Okay, so the first thing would be material. Material, because young artists are not able to really afford, some of the materials they need, depending on what medium they're going into. And all medium in art is expensive. Have a group saying, call the artists, we're having a group mentorship, and make a statue or make something, make a plaque, make something, everybody put something in there, have an emerging form.
We have a group of students, I think it's 6 students, who are each working on maybe a 2-foot cylinder of clay.
Yeah.
Each of those will, once it's glazed and fired, will be stacked on steel posts.
Wow.
And that will be displayed initially at the Oregon Society of Artists.
Yes.
It's a step in the right direction, I think.
It is a step in the right direction, because that's what you need. You need to find the kids what they need and give them that, and they can do the rest. They will go back to school. They would learn, because learning is part of getting their art more, more involved in their art, getting more in depth in their art. Oh God, that's fabulous. I can't wait to see that. I hope I'm here. But that's fabulous. Oh my gosh, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, It doesn't matter how small the group is. Okay, it could be 1 or 2 people too. I'm so excited about that. Everybody needs a mentor, especially in art. It's just to bounce things off. Oh my God, mentors showing work. Okay, that's showing work, getting what you're doing now with the cylinders. Okay, that brings the community in. Oh my God, I'm so excited now, right now. I'm so excited. I don't know what to do with myself because I'm thinking of a cylinder right now. And what I could do with a cylinder, I'm just thinking, yes, okay. I'm sorry. This is in my head.
Claudia, I really appreciate your time this morning. This has been a lot of fun.
Yes.
Thanks for sharing your art. Thanks for sharing your ideas.
Well, I hope I answered some of your questions and was able to help you. I tend to really get carried away with art. You probably shouldn't ask me questions because I tend to roam all over.